I'm going to show you a very easy and basic way to create engaging videos and add effects to them. I'm Cassiani, one half of Content Creator Pod, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any tips and podcasts on how to grow your YouTube channel. So we got a lot of requests from you guys to show how I make my videos more engaging, how I add the special effects and everything like that on TJTV. So obviously I am going to follow through and answer your questions. I do want to share the structure of this video first so that you can skip to whatever part you find most useful. So firstly, I'm just going to explain some very basic things that I think make a video more engaging. I think there's about 5 tips I want to give you guys. And then I am going to go and show a video that I have edited. I'm going to go through that video and show you what effects and how I did that. So because the questions were very general in terms of just how to make it more engaging, that's what I'm going to do. But please, if you have any specific questions, if you've seen any effects on my channel or someone else's channel, feel free to ask them in the comments. I can make a video showing very specifically how to do it. What I'm going to show as well today will apply to any video editing software, so it's just going to be very general. But again, if you have a specific question, specific software, just let me know and I can help you. So let's start with how to make your videos more engaging, catchy, more... I think this applies to any type of videos, but I am speaking from experience in terms of making either vlogs or challenges that are a bit more, I would say a bit more comedic, but kind of light on that. The first thing is pay attention to the type of channels and videos that you like. That is so useful, especially when you're starting out and you're not too sure what to do with your videos. Watch some of the same type of videos. Are you doing vlogs? Watch some of your favorite vlogs and watch with the intention of learning how they've edited. Pay attention to the music they've used, the sound effects they've used. Pay attention to what transitions they've used. Pay attention to, do they make quick cuts? Do they have long talk videos of them talking? Do they mix it with, you know, more action? What do they do and what do you enjoy about it? It is the same with any other type of video. So personally for me, I like a lot of YouTubers, but right now I'm very inspired by Slice and Rice, who have hilarious videos, and they're, I think, moving on to a bit more serious, but still their edits are amazing. When I watch their videos now, I have all the time watch and I'm like, okay, what are they doing that makes me feel like, wow? Like, what are their special effects? What do they do? I really like their, for example, their use of sound effects. That's something I'm trying to incorporate more. Yeah, they just have a lot of good effects, and I watch them and I decide, okay, I like this one I see consistently on the channel and I am going to apply to mine. The other channel that I really like is Denny's channel from Denitslava. I think that's the name. She does beauty, but then she also has her more like challenge videos, and I really like her edit. And personally, I do not have the time to do it like hers. If I could, I would. I think it's amazing. So I've decided to focus more on my sister and I's interactions in the video and then sprinkle with a few effects. However, I do take inspiration from her channel as well. So for example, she is not scared to kind of do the black screen, and I hadn't ever done that before, and you might find that in a few videos I have done them. I really like that idea, like don't be scared of the white, or in this case like black space. I've always like zoomed in, but it's useful to also zoom out. She does things like rotating the videos, changing colors. Pick a channel that you like, watch them, see what you enjoyed, and then apply, you know, even if it's just one thing from the video. Okay, so the next thing is you want a lot of cuts. Really depends on the style of video you're going for. Some videos are much more like quiet, aesthetically pleasing, but even those have a lot of cuts. How much you want to cut, how much space you want to leave. Sometimes I found that it is good to leave a little bit of like pauses in between, because then that can make it seem like your video is more authentic. You're not just cutting and like have a script. Depends on your video style, but usually I don't leave, like even if I say I don't always cut it out because it would take forever, but sometimes I do, especially on my other channel that's much more fast-paced. In this one, the tutorials, I am making this with the intention that I'm not going to edit too much. The other thing with the lots of cuts is changing the footage, maybe different angles if you can, if you have more than one camera. If you can't, that's okay. You can get B-roll footage, cartoons that pop up, or you can get like a video if you're like cooking. You can find a video of someone cooking and put it in between, and I will show you. There's a lot of websites. I use Pixabay, so this is the website. As you can see here, you can search for images, you can search for illustrations, videos, music, sound effects. So that's super useful. Also, if you're doing like a vlog style, you can film yourself, I don't know, like cooking, just your hands and then moving back to your face. One creator I really like to watch is Mia Maples, and something I really find really good that I want to implement but I always forget is when she's doing some of her videos where it has project at the beginning, like if she's sewing and she's pranking her mom later on with it, what she'll do is like later when she's talking to her mom and she'll be like, oh yeah, some nice girl made it, and then she'll put like footage of herself like in the past, like footage you've seen but put it again to match what she's saying. I think that's really good. That's an easy way to use footage you already have. Okay, so someone who is so good at that, and if this is something that interests you, go watch Sophia Nygard. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She is really talented and she does that very well in terms of storytelling. Even in her videos where she's just sitting down, she'll be talking and have it planned out, but it'll have so much different footage of herself, but also pictures, videos, things she found online. It's just like cut throughout the video, and she does it really, really well. Then the next thing is change the pace, go fast, speed up things if you want to include them but they're not as important. Go slow I do that a lot. If it's something funny, I am going to zoom into that person and go super slow so we can see it, we can all laugh at it, but don't be afraid to do that. Have some different chops, have like a few videos that are very fast paced and then like slow down to speak. That's cool. They do that in movies. It keeps you engaged because you don't know what's coming next. Then the next thing is music and sound effects. I know like when we've been eating something, I will like literally search for sound of crunching, like eating apple crunch or something like that, and I will add that, and it just like, I don't know, it just makes it more entertaining. So again, use copyright free audio. What I do like to use for sound effects is this website called Free Sound. You do need to make an account to download, but it is free. The thing you want to do is, if you don't want to write like a whole list on your YouTube channel, I mean, feel free obviously to attribute whoever made these sounds, but if it's something you don't want to, and there are some Creative Commons ones that you don't have to, obviously, as long as you're not using the sound as it originally is. So like, don't post the sound by itself on YouTube and call it Apple Crunch. You know, you have to like add it to your video. And then the other thing is music. So completely up to you what style of video you're doing. You might want to add a whole background music. Might just want to add it to exciting bits or quiet bits. So what I use for music, I use two things. So I either use thematic, so it's called, just search for thematic music, or this is the website. I'll have a link down below as well. Music, you do need to make an account and you do need it to link to your YouTube, and then you need to attribute it in your videos, but it'll tell you exactly what to do. And it has a lot of really fun songs, very like catchy, kind of seem popular songs. And then the other thing is YouTube has their own audio library for music and sound effects. It will tell you if you have to attribute, but most of them you don't. You just have to download it here. Then the other thing is you want to add special effects. So you can use whatever video editing software you have. We'll have something like a video effects section, and you can play around and see what kind of things they have. Just have fun with it, really do that. Add a sound effect to go with the effect you're editing. Now on to looking at my video. So this video, like I said, it is not the most heavily edited video, but it is a video that I use all the basics. So this is Instagram decides what we eat for a day. So I will show you this. This is where I say keyframes come as big importance. So let's look at this. So I'll show you slowly what it's happening. Basically, you see that we cut across, and then there's the pink background, and then there's a phone, and then there's the text. I'm using this example to show you good use of keyframes. Okay, you can be creative how you use them. You can make like a car go by, or like people move, or like whatever you want. What I did is I have the pink background right at the bottom. Then I got my footage of myself and then of Talissa. So this is one video that I had. What I did is I duplicated that video. So as you can see, there is 2 instances of exactly the same video. I will show you what I did. Different softwares, they all have these options. These are very basic things, but they will look different for you. So then what I did was I created a mask and I selected half. As you can see, there's a square. Then I used keyframes, and so keyframes are like, in this second it's going to be this position, in this other second it's going to be the other position. It's what they usually use for animation, at least the basic or in the past. The first animation I left, so the first keyframe was in the 0 seconds, I left it at how the video originally was, and then I moved a few seconds and all I did is shift the video to one side, and then the video kind of assumes what you want to do. Like, it wants to go from here to here. It's not just going to jump, it's going to like slide. I did exactly the same thing for the other video, the second video, but going to the other side. Then with the phone, you might guess, so this is a picture I got online of this phone, and guess what I did? So remember, it went up. I used keyframes. So in the first keyframe, let's see. First keyframe, you can see here, this is my screen, so you might not be familiar with this, but that's completely fine. But this is what shows up. This is my screen here in this F, and this is a photo. And I said in the first keyframe, I want the photo to be all the way down so like you can't see it. And then in the second keyframe, I want it to be where I want it, which is in the middle of the frame. And then I added the text. I did the keyframes exactly the same. So as you can see, it's just about being creative, having lots of layers, adding things on top of the other. I wanted to show you is the use of videos. So this one I got from Pixabay, as well as how to remove green screen. So a lot of videos you will get from those sites are going to have green screen, not all of them. Some save without background, but if they do, don't worry, you can fix it. Or if they have any other color screen, as long as it's different to the picture, you can work with it. But basically the TikTok opened up and then have my name. So the TikTok that I got, the banner, I got it from Pixabay. I literally looked for TikTok videos. And as you can see, it's green. What I did is you want to look for a key. So different software will have different types of keys. I know I've used in other ones like RGB key or green screen key, or this one is a chroma here. And here we go, I added a green screen. For me, I just dragged and dropped, and it removed the background. You might have to play around with the settings, but that will depend on what software you're using. And then on top, I added text and then a transition. Most softwares have transitions. I have here, I use this gradient wipe transition. So that's making use of the transitions that you have on your software. So this is the transition I made to go from talking about the video to saying it's now going to be breakfast time. Don't know if I should tell you, but this one, I used a GIF from the internet. It looked like it didn't have that much copyright, but because we're a very small channel, I did put it there. I always try not to, and if I do and there is someone I can credit, I do, or if I can contact them, it's copyright free. But for this one, I really liked it, so I put it there. For music, I put a transition, exactly the same thing I showed you with the text. I put transition from going one side to the other. And that was just the video, and then I put like a sticker on top, and then I put text on top. So this is like a transition that's like this, and I got these from the Special Effects, and I think it was horizontal alternating bars, but every different software has different things, so just experiment. I will say also, don't be afraid of just having cuts for transition. There's nothing wrong with that. I use a lot of that, so there's no issues with cuts. Okay, so pay attention to the sound effect in this one.
Okay, and okay. Wait.
Yeah, so that one's super simple, but so this was an Instagram filter that we did, so I just saved the Instagram, put it on top of a background picture I found on Pixabay, and then the sound effect is what I wanted to focus. And this is what I've added here. And this is the scrolling, it wasn't originally in the filter, I just thought it would add, and then there's like a little ding at the end. Then this one's my sister's favorite effect, so I try and add it in every single video.
Oh, I got a lemon cake.
So that's the big head effect. I did want to show it, even though it might be specific to my software, but a lot of software have this, and just might be called different things. So my one, it's called a spherize effect. It might be called a fishbowl effect, a bubble. So it's literally an effect. I'll just show you so you kind of know what I'm talking about. But look, it is a spherize. I just drag and drop somewhere, This effect is one I just added for this, but it is something that I use quite a lot, and that is adding color. This one, again, might change depending on your computer, but all software have this. Everything I'm showing you can do, unless it's like a phone one or a really basic one, but otherwise, if it is a video editing software, it will have this. This is not like the most professional way or the best way. Literally, all I do is I look for a color balance one, color corrector, color secondary, anything to do with color. Look, this one's called color balance. I got red midtones and then I just plopped it in there. That is it. That is literally it. I like to do it when there's like flashbacks to differentiate or slow-mos or replays. If you don't have that, you could always, so you could get like a solid picture. You can search from Pixabay, or you can make your own, just like get a random color and put it on top. This is something I can show you anyway. Change opacity is important sometimes if you want to put two things coming on top. You know how sometimes people do the like Illuminati thing and then there's like the Illuminati and the person in the background? You can do this. You just put a picture on top of the other and you change the opacity. So as you can see, this is a bit gruesome, but yeah, it's just a photo. You can change opacity if you can't find how to change color. Then the last thing I wanted to show you is the end screen. I know this is not an effect, but I did want to show you something that can be used for an effect, and that is you can make your things smaller. So this is how we do the end screen. I have a picture that's already set up and designed for it, and then I just put a picture on top, and then I just zoom out of that picture. So I can show you guys, but how you zoom out is so different each software. So this is the screen, and then I've just like zoomed out, saves presets. So every time for the end screen, I just click on end screen and you'll make it the size I want. One video that had a lot of effects, and I'll just quickly go through it and show you that everything I told you can be used for that. So I'm going to show you the roller skating one. This was one, don't pay attention to the quality, it was one that we had a lot of issues with. It does have a lot of effects, so I do want to show you.
Yeah, of course, that's important. And we're going to be trying out the first.
So as I said, lots of little cuts just to go from one scene to the other. This one, I didn't actually show you, but this is what I did. I put a video on top of the other video, and the background video I blurred. So that's something you can do. If you have a video that's portrait and you want the background blurry, and you can literally just do 2 copies, and then the background one you zoom in so it covers the whole screen and make it blurry, and it does a nice effect. So that's something. This is the effect I like. Okay, so very easy. What I did is everything I told you. This is why it's exciting. You just have to be creative, which you guys are. So this is what I had. I had a picture from Pixabay, and then I had a GIF of a guy talking, and then I added my voiceover. So I just recorded me speaking. Then what I did is I did keyframes. So you remember how I talked about keyframes being important? So in the first keyframe, I put him in there. And then the last one, I put him outside of the screen. And then it makes it look like he went like this. Then I just did a transition. Adding text. This is something that Denny does, and I wanted to show you guys, but so yeah, like I said, you can add pictures. You can also add text. Oh. Let's see. This fire is from Pixabay, and I just removed the background and then added a sound effect. So this, I had her video of her going like here. I flipped it as well. I put lots of little cuts and like copied and pasted. So I just had like the same video and I just like cut and then like mix it. And the color, remember how I mentioned colors? Like this is the red one, the purple one. That's it. And then put music. Yeah, so that's I think everything I wanted to show you, because hopefully this was good. I'm doing it because I had you guys ask, which I'm very happy with, because editing does take a lot of time and I like to experiment. So I'm very grateful that you guys noticed that. I do know that what I do is not like, I don't use After Effects. I don't use like Blender to make the special effects or anything like that. So what I am showing you is simple things. Of course, you can learn more about harder effects, and if you want to make a little movie or something, or you can, there's a lot more you can learn. But for now, if you wanted to learn how to make simple things, I hope that it inspired you to experiment, and it showed you how you can do a lot with just very basic things, very basic tools. And if you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.